Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be putting on a full face of products that you can find at Sephora. Currently, the Sephora sale is going on for all tiers, and I just wanted to put on some makeup. I'm going to be trying out both new products that I've never tried out before that I will try out for the first time today on camera, and products that I already have in my collection, maybe that I could recommend to pick up or not to pick up. It all depends, but this is what the full face is looking like. I did forget to mention in my recommendation video a couple of Sephora products, like the Sephora collection. So down in the description box, I will have links to a couple of my favorite products from the Sephora collection. Currently, the Sephora collection is 30% off during the sale for all tiers. So like I said, I will have that information down below. I will also have in the description box links for everything that I talked about in today's video. So go ahead, don't forget to check out the description box for all the details. And yeah, I think I'm not forgetting anything. Hopefully I'm not. But this is the look that I came up with today. I hope you guys enjoy. If you do, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget, if you're not already subscribed, I would love if you would subscribe to my channel. Now let's get into this video. Okay, let's get started. I only have like literally 30 minutes to get dressed because we are supposed to go watch the football game. Don't mind the hair, I need to wash it. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started with the face. So for face, I am going to use this Danessa Myricks. This is the Yummy Skin Balm. It is in the shade Universal. Now you could use this so many different ways. You could use it as a bronzer, you could use it as a foundation, you could use it as a primer, depending on what shade you get. This is versatile for everything. I do have the Universal, like I said, and I like to use it for a primer. I've already hit pan. I don't use this as much just because I don't want to run out of it. But what I am going to do is, since I am going to try the Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint, I'm just going to put this balm on one side of my face so that way I can see what the skin tint looks on the other side. So I'm just going to get a little bit on my finger, get it warmed up a little bit. That might be too much. And then I'm just going to put the primer on this side of my face. Now I will say this does have a smell, so just keep that in mind if you don't like smells. Every time I do that like noise, like my throat, it's because of the smell. So that is just a me thing, but I just want to let you guys know. So this is what it looks like on one side. You can't really tell a difference, but I can when I have it on. I just like the way this looks on my skin. It looks smooth. It does reduce my pores a little bit, but not as much, but I still like it a lot. So that is what that looks like. And then, like I mentioned, we are going to use the Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint. Looks like this. I do have mine in the shade 7. I'm not sure what shade I have it in the other, like the foundation of this. I think it's like 5 or 6. So I went up a shade or a shade or 2. And I did buy this during the summer, so this might be a little bit too dark for me, but we will see. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is, the way I'm going to use this is I'm going to use it with a brush, just because this is a serum, so this might not have a lot of, well, a skin tint. This might not have a lot of coverage, and I do like to get as much coverage as I possibly can. Now this is a personal thing, so just take it with a grain of salt. This might not be for everybody, so that's why I'm going to try it with a brush to see if I can get at least a decent coverage. That is what the bottle looks like. And then if I need to go over it, I'll just use a sponge. I do have a dampened sponge already. So what I think I'm going to do is, I'm just going to, hopefully I don't get this on my outfit. Yeah, this might be a little bit too dark, but that is okay. I'll do a little bit like that. And then I'll just, oh yeah, that is way too dark for me. What was I thinking? I think, and like I said, I did get this during the summer, so maybe I was going based off my summer shade. So with a brush, this actually doesn't look too bad as far as coverage is concerned. I'm just going to use the brush with all of my nose. Oh my god, I am breaking out everywhere. I don't know what is wrong with my skin lately. I think the next time I try this out, I'll try it with a sponge, but I already know I think I'm gonna like it better with the brush. I'm trying to see if this has a smell to it. I'm gonna put a little bit on my eyes. So yeah, it is a little bit too dark. I'm gonna just bring it down the neck a little bit because I am a little bit dark down on my chest. I still have a little bit of tan from like the summertime. I'm probably getting it in my hair, but that's okay. And this is what it looks like. I will say this does have pretty good coverage for being a tint. I'm not mad at it. I do like the way this looks, and I could still see my skin peeking through a little bit, but not bad. Like, it covered up my imperfections, so it covered up like what I wanted it to cover up. So this is the side with it, and then this is the side without it. And as you could tell, I do have some pimples, not so much pimples, but like scarring, redness, and I just have like a little bit of redness right here, but I don't really put up anything here besides my concealer, so my concealer will cover that up. But yeah, so far so good. I really do like the way this came out, and I didn't use a lot of it, as you could tell. I just, you know, did a few lines on my face, and that seemed to work pretty good. I think that should be good. Okay, for concealer, this isn't new to me. Like, I've been testing this out, but this is newer on the market. So I am going to use the Tower 28 concealer. I do have two shades. I have number... Dang, I can't see the numbers. I just have IE and DTLA. I'm not sure what numbers these are, but I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to use DTLA just because it is a little bit lighter, and this will make this color a little bit less dark, not so noticeable. This concealer I have, like I said, been testing it out. It's not my favorite, but I don't mind it. So I think this concealer would work best for this type of product where it doesn't give me a whole lot of coverage. It gives me good coverage, but not, you know, the full coverage. So that is why I'm going to use this concealer. Usually I like this more with a color corrector underneath. I've been using the e.l.f. color corrector with it, and I've been liking this concealer more that way. But yeah, it's not a bad concealer. I just wish it had a little bit more coverage for me. I think the way I'm going to blend this out is I'm going to use my dampened sponge. Concealer is on, and this is what it looks like. Now, like I said, I still can see a little bit darkness peeking through in the inner corner, but that is okay. But I feel like now my skin looks more evened out. I'm just gonna go over my sponge with I'm gonna go over this I'm gonna use a sponge to go over my face with the foundation. I don't know why that was so hard to say. Just so that way I can, whatever's left on the sponge, I could just put wherever else I need to. So I still look a little bit dark, but that's okay. So I do have a couple cream products to try out. I haven't tried these before. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to bronze with a cream bronzer. And for that, I'm going to use this LYS No Limits Cream Bronzer Stick. It just looks like this. I do have it in the shade Harmony, and this is supposed to be medium. So for this, I'm a little afraid to put it directly from the stick. This is what it looks like, and then that color. Oh, I'm so nervous to do it this way. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this brush. This is from Fenty, I believe. Yeah, Fenty. And I'm just going to take some directly from the like the applicator and go on my brush, just so that way I don't get too much. Ooh, this is pigmented. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stamp it, I think, and then I'll get my sponge and blend it out that way. This is dark. Maybe I should have went with the lighter color. But it does blend out nicely. Wow, I like the way that blended out. I think next time I just won't need a lot. Maybe use less. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just get my foundation brush and just go over the perimeters, just because I don't want to bring it too far down. Oh yeah, wow, that looks good. That blended out nicely. Let's see if I have anything left on the sponge to go down here. Yeah, I had a little something left. And then I'm not gonna take any more product. I'm gonna see if there's anything left on this brush. Let me move my hair. Oh yeah, there's plenty. So a little bit of this goes a very long way. Just keep that in mind. Be very mindful of how much product you put on whatever tool you're using. Again, just go over it with the sponge. I feel like this is going to be the best way to do it for me, is by doing it with the brush and then the sponge. And then I'm just going to go whatever's left with the brush and just put it down here, even though I probably don't need to bronze down there. And then I'll do the side of my nose. Oh yeah, that's pretty. I like this. Okay, cool. I like that a lot. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my foundation brush and just go around it. I don't think I needed it a lot down here on my chin area, but this is what it's looking like. I love that. That looks really, really nice. I'm very excited about this. What did I do with it? This bronzer. So that is an A+. I do have a cream, well, not a cream, but like a liquid blush to try out. I'm wondering if I should put that on now. Yeah, let's go ahead and just do that now. So for liquid blush, I do have this NARS Afterglow liquid blush in the shade Dolce Vita. Just looks like this. This has been really hyped up like in recent weeks. I'm not sure why. This came out a while ago. I've had this sitting in my test out makeup drawer since like at least the beginning or the middle of the year. So I'm not sure what happened, but this is what the applicator looks like. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my sponge to blend it out. I'm going to do 2 dots like that. And then let's do maybe this side of the sponge. Yeah, it looks nice. You could see it, right? I feel like I can't really see it in person, but on camera I feel like you could see it more. It just gives me like a little wash of color. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. It is a pretty liquidy product, but I don't mind that. I kind of feel like it lifted up my foundation or my skin tip. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm not in love with it, but I don't hate it. I think I'm gonna have to try this out some more, but so far it's just an okay product. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do next, I think I'm going to, yeah, I don't have any more cream products. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm going to powder my skin, and for that, this isn't new, but it is kind of newer to me. This is from COLLABS, and this is the Cloud Set powder in the shade Airy. I feel like this is a little bit too light. I think I need to go a shade up, but it still does work for me. I really do like this powder. I will say though, I don't like using a powder puff with it just because I feel like I get too much product on it and then it starts to look a little cakey. So just be careful. But then that might be a me thing too, because I don't really love pressed powders. I'm more of a loose powder type of girl. So yeah, it just might be me. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to get a fluffy brush, just something like this, and I'm going to make sure I don't have any creases underneath my eyes. And then I'm just going to take this brush and I'm going to get a little bit of that powder and put it on. I've noticed that is the way I like to put powder underneath my eyes, is with a crease brush or a fluffy crease brush, just because I get it right where I want it and it doesn't get everywhere. And yeah, I really like the way it looks. It looks so much better this way in my opinion. And then what I'll do is I'll just get another big fluffy brush and I'll put this all over my face. And for that I'm going to I'll just use this one. This is from Japanesque, I believe. And I'm just going to get some of that product and just put it on my face. Okay, and then this is what the powder is looking like. It doesn't look cakey, it doesn't look powdery, it just looks nice and smooth and flawless. I really do like the way this looks. So now let's go ahead and move on to bronzer. For bronzer, this is not a new bronzer, but I absolutely love this bronzer. I am talking about the Gucci bronzer. This is kind of expensive, so if you could get it during the sale, I highly recommend to do so. But I just love this bronzer. It's supposed to be a luminous bronzer, but I feel like it's not too luminous. I feel like you can't see a huge luminosity to it, but I don't mind that. I don't really like luminous bronzer, so I was kind of shocked to find out that this was a luminous, because it doesn't really look luminous on my skin. And I'm just going to bronze a little bit because we are looking pretty bronzed already from that LYS bronzer. Bronzer is on. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to get like a fluffy brush like this, not a fluffy brush, a dual fiber brush, and I'm just gonna blend it a little bit so that way in case if we have any harsh lines we could just blend it and it won't look harsh anymore. And then that is what my skin is looking like. So let's go ahead and move on to blush. For blush, I do have like a loose powder blush. This is from Givenchy, and this is the Prisme Libre Brush 4-color loose powder blush. I have it in shade number 4. This is new. I have not tried it yet, but this is what it looks like. And then it does come with the puff, but I don't think I'm going to use this. I don't know, should I? Maybe, we'll see. And then I have to take out the thing right here. I'm going to try to do this carefully so that way I don't get this product everywhere. Okay, got the thing off. Now I'm going to go ahead and just tap some in my cap. Hopefully I get a little bit of all of it. So I feel like I only got one color. So this is what it looks like in the cap. Hopefully that's good. So I don't think I'm going to use this because I'm a little too afraid to use it. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to try to use a smaller brush maybe. This one. I'm going to try to use this Smashbox. This is the Buildable Cheek blush. It just looks like this. So I'm just going to like get my brush in there and then I'm going to tap it. Yeah, hopefully that's good like that, and then put it on. Okay, let's try the I don't really like that brush for this. I like more of a denser brush when I'm putting on blush. You could kind of see it, but I'm not sure if I'm in love with this blush, to be honest. For the price and how expensive it is, I don't know if I love it. What do you guys think? I mean, you could see, but yeah, I'm gonna have to play with it some more. And then I do have to get some more on the, well, let me just finish whatever I have left on here with this brush, and then I'll go back in with the other brush. But yeah, I used up all that powder that was in here, and I don't really see it on my brush. Blush is on, and I checked to see how much this little blush is, and it is, I believe, $43. Yes, $43. So for $43, I'm not in love with it. I mean, if you've been wanting to try it, I think now would be a good time to get it during the sale for 20 or 15% off, but I don't think for 10% off. In my opinion, it's just okay. It's not my favorite. So let's go ahead and move on to what do I want to do next? Let's do highlighter, since I have everything else on. For highlighter, I did pick out the Charlotte Tilbury. These are the Hollywood Glow Glide Face highlighter. I have two shades. I have all three actually, but I did pick out the two shades to put on today. Moonlit Glow and Champagne Glow. I'm not sure which one I want to use. I have used these. Obviously, they're in my collection, and I really do like these highlighters a lot. They're some of my favorites. So let me show you real quick what they look like. This one's Moonlit, and this one is Champagne. Obviously, Champagne is a little bit more darker champagne color, and this one's more lighter. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to mix the two together, and for that I'm just going to use this Anastasia brush. I'm going to take a little bit of the darker one first, and then I'll get some of the lighter one. I will say the only thing I don't like about these highlighters is that it moves around in the pan, and I think for how pricey they are, they shouldn't do that. So just keep that in mind if you haven't tried these before and you want to pick them up. They do move in the pan, and I don't like that. So this is what the highlighter is looking like. Obviously, I have texture right now, but it doesn't make it look too bad. I'm just going to blend it a little bit with my dual fiber brush. Highlighter is on, and this is what it looks like. Just gives it a nice glow. I have it on my cheeks, a little bit up here on the bridge of my nose, and my Cupid's bow. And yeah, I just love the way this looks. I really do think that these will look really good on mature skin type. If you're a little bit older, I think these would work amazing. I highly recommend these highlighters. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is, before I do anything else, I'm going to spray my face. And for that, you guys probably thought I was going to use the Charlotte Tilbury one, but I'm not today. I am going to use the Milk Makeup one. I have this in my collection. I do really like it. This is called the Pore Eclipse Matte Setting Spray. Now, the reason why I don't talk about this as much is because the mister on this thing sucks. When I spray it on my face, I do get like water droplets, so just keep that in mind. But this is a really good product. I just feel, and I wish that they would change the packaging to make it better, like the mister at least, because you do get water droplings, and that's unfortunate because this is a really good product. But I'm just gonna spray my face, and then if I do have water droplets on my face, I'm just gonna blend it out with the sponge. Oh, you see what I mean? Like right there on my forehead, how I have the water droplets, and it was hard to spray. That's unfortunate. That sucks. But I'm just gonna, like I said, go over it with my sponge. I'm going to put on this Too Faced brow wig brush on hairy fluffy brow gel in dark brown. I have talked about this before. I do really like this. I did recommend it in my recommendations video already. I'm gonna put this on, and then what am I gonna do? I think, oh yeah, I'm gonna put a little bit of bronzer in my crease just because we are gonna try this Merit Solo Shadow. This is in the shade Viper. I believe this is the green one. Yeah, this is the green shade. So I just want a little something in my crease before I put this on. So yeah, that is what I'm going to do off camera. I'm going to put the brow gel, put a little bronzer in my crease, and then we'll come back, finish the eyes, the lips, and then we'll be all done. Okay, I am back. It's time for this Merit Solo Shadow. Like I said, I do have it in the shade Viper, and I did go ahead and I just put a little bit of bronzer in my crease. So this is what it looks like. I did go ahead and just get one. I did want to get another shade, but the other shade that I want, I think it's called Solo or Studio, I'm sorry. It's been sold out, and I haven't heard the greatest review on these, so I thought, you know, let me just stick to this one, and then if I like it, then maybe I'll get another one. But yeah, we just went ahead and got this one. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is, I think I'm gonna try my finger first, and I'm gonna work one side. I have heard that working with one side is best. So I'm just gonna place it on my eyelid. Ooh, this is a pretty shade. It is pretty, what's the word? Sheer coverage. I'm not really getting a lot of pigment, but as I'm building it up, I do feel like I'm getting more product. But I feel like once I blend it with the brush, it's gonna fade a little bit more. Yeah, you see what I mean? So let me go ahead and try a brush. I'm just going to use this one from Refer. This is the number 32. It kind of has an angle, and I'm going to just pick up a little bit. I feel like that still picked up a lot, even though I was kind of light-handed in picking it up. Oh yeah. No, I feel like I should have just stuck to my finger. Yeah, I think these are best with a finger, in my opinion, because now I feel like I don't like that. I'm just going to use that same brush that I used for the bronzer color and just blend it. So this is what one side is looking like, and to be honest, you guys, I don't love it. It's kind of hard to blend. I just feel like my edges look wonky, and I'm trying to blend it. So once these set down, that's it. You're not gonna have much time to finesse it or move it around. Yeah, I don't like the way this looks. I'm trying to fix it with my finger, but yeah, for me, these solo shadows are a no, in my opinion. I just feel like it looks sloppy, and I'm having a hard time trying to get this to blend. But I don't have time to mess with it, so I'm just gonna leave it. But yeah, I unfortunately do not like these solo shadows. Back, I did go ahead and I put mascara off camera. I did go ahead and use the Tower 28 mascara, and this is what it looks like. I feel like the eyeshadow looks okay. The mascara is kind of hiding it. But this mascara I do like. Now here's the thing. I did put this in my Worst of Beauty last year in 2022, and that was a mistake. I like this more when it dries out, so just keep that in mind. This isn't really good the first time you use it. It's better once it's been open for a while, so just keep that in mind. I do like this mascara, I just don't like it right away. So let's go ahead and finish this look with some lip products. So for lips, I am going to try this YSL Rouge Volette, I think, Candy Glaze Double Care Blonde. I do have it in the shade number 2. Just looks like this. This has been so hyped up recently, and I've been wanting to try this, and I figured now is a good time to test it out. This is what the packaging looks like. I do want to get another one, but in the gold packaging. I don't know what the difference is, but what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to show you guys what it looks like by itself. This is just the clear one, but I've heard that this one is really pretty. I'm going to try this on by itself first, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off and I'm going to put this Anastasia, one of these lip liners on. This is an Anastasia lip liner. It just says lip liner. I have mocha and caramel. Let me swatch them for you guys real quick. This is the shade caramel, and then mocha is up here. So I think I'm going to use mocha for my lip liner. Now I will say I really don't like these type of lip liners. I like them when they're retractable. I don't like a sharpened one, and I'm not sure if I'm going to like this one because this does feel a little bit too drying, but we will try it out. So let's just go ahead and put this candy glaze on first, see what it looks like. Ooh, that does look pretty. So this is what it looks like. I forgot to take off the foundation on my lips, so if it looks kind of weird, that's probably because of the foundation, but this looks pretty like this. I almost don't want to put a lip liner on. But I will, just to show you guys what it looks like with a lip liner. But should we put a lip liner? I can't decide. Yeah, we'll just do it. I already told you guys I had it, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. So let me go ahead and take this off real quick, and then I will put the lip liner on, and then I'll put this on top. Alright guys, this is what the final look is looking like. I really do like the way it turned out. I really like the lip products. I'm not so in love with the eyeshadow, but let's go ahead and go over real quick all the products that I tried in today's video. The lip liner, surprisingly, I really do like a lot. It's not too drying, which I'm very impressed. Like I said, really do like that. The candy glaze from YSL, I really do like. I cannot wait to get another one. Hopefully I could get another one during the sale. The mascara, you already know I do like this mascara. I just like it more when it's a little bit dried out. The Merit Solo Shadow, unfortunately, was not my favorite. This was my least favorite thing in today's video. I do think though, if you do buy one of these or you have one of these in your collection already, I think using your finger is the best bet, and then just blending it with your finger a little bit, and then getting a brush, a clean brush, and just cleaning the edges a little bit. But yeah, this is not my favorite. I am not going to pick up another one because I already know I don't like it. The Gucci bronzer, you guys already know I love this bronzer. It is expensive, but if you could get it during a discount, I highly recommend to pick it up. The Milk Makeup Setting Spray, I really do love this spray, just unfortunately the mister is not good. And then the Charlotte Tilbury highlighters, I really do like a lot. These are really pretty. The Danessa Myricks Skin Balm, I really do like this a lot. I don't think I see a difference on the side that I used it and the side that I didn't. Yeah, it doesn't really look like a difference, but I really do like this one a lot. The NARS Liquid Blush, it's okay. It's not my favorite. I'm going to have to play with this some more. The Kosas powder, I really do like a lot. Just a little bit does go a long way, so just keep that in mind. The YSL, not the YSL, the LYS bronzer stick, I really do enjoy this. I just think that you need to go very light-handed with this because this can get a little bit crazy, so just keep that in mind. But I really do like the way it came out, the way it blended and all that good stuff. The Tower 28 concealers, they're fine. They're not my favorite. I do prefer other concealers more than this, but it's not bad, especially with this skin tint. It's not a bad concealer. Then the brow gel, you already know I really do love this a lot. It is one of my favorites. And then the Danessa Myricks skin tint, I really do like. I will say it does have light coverage, but you can build it to get a good light medium coverage. Yeah, I like it. I just think I need to get a lighter shade, but I'm going to keep this for the summertime. This I think will be my perfect shade. And then finally, the last thing, the loose blush from Givenchy. I personally think this is a pass. It's just a little bit too pricey for what it is, and I felt like I wanted more pigment with this. I didn't get as much pigment as I thought I was going to get. Alright you guys, that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget, if you're not already subscribed, I would love if you would subscribe to my channel, and let me know in the comments down below if you picked up any of these items that I showed in today's video, or if you've shopped the sale or you're passed on the sale. Let me know. I would definitely love to know. But until the next time, I will catch you guys later. Bye!